everyone. So today on our Let's Chat About series, we are going to be talking about imbecile ideologies, um, anger influences emotions, and relationships among our experiences. And here joining me today, I have my friend DJ. I'll welcome him and his thoughts and all that good stuff. So today we're going to talk first about, as I mentioned before, about imbecile ideologies. So, how I would feel a imbecile ideology, meaning that how people think and how it can become misconstrued, is that we have a lot of instances where people generally think certain things are true when they aren't. And that deals with stereotypes and prejudices and all sorts of other misconceptions. So, would you like to elaborate on your thoughts, DJ?
With imbecile and ideology, I think it's as a way of people they think one way without considering the other facts or possibilities. Basically, someone who is extremely biased to a subject or to a matter, or who is arrogant or have ignorance, which kind of goes together with stereotyping in a way, to where people just think that they're superior than other human beings, but the truth is that everyone is equal in a way. But yeah.
So our next topic is about how anger influences emotions. So for me, as you all know, I'm a soccer referee. So I have many instances where parents will become enraged when they are very passionate about the game, or they are very enthusiastic about seeing their child play, and I have nothing against that. However, I have a problem when parents become so infatuated that they then start screaming bloody murder at me. And as I told you all, I had my first high school soccer game, and at this one, there wasn't a whole lot of that, which was actually nice. There was no screaming parents or raging kid. It was actually professional. Everyone was nice. Everyone was, happy to be there and just happy to play. And that's how I believe soccer should be played. But again, that shows that anger can influence our emotional response, meaning it can cloud our judgment and make us do things that we would normally do if we weren't so enthralled with adrenaline. So, how would you respond to that, DJ?
I think I have the same experience, like how I do the kids check-in at my church. You meet a lot of interesting parents too, where some have accents, which are really strong, hard accents, and also when you're trying to help someone out or get their kid checked into the daycare, and sometimes I check the kids in through a computer. Well, sometimes I have to type in their name, and it's hard to understand what they're saying because they have that strong accent. Well, some get mad or frustrated, and they do some weird, odd things from time to time, to where they might switch their tone of voice, or might it's their body language that might change, and all in all, sometimes it is a bit irritating, but when it comes down to it, it's just them being angry. And yes, I can be mad. Yes, I could be mad at them, but then again, I don't bother trying to be mad at them, because I know that they don't mean what they say. That's a generalization. Some of them can mean what they say, and some of the stuff they say they might say in their own language, which I was kind of get too. When when you make someone mad, or like if you're at a store and you see like a group of people who are from another country, and if they talk their language, but at the same time they're staring at you at the same time, and then you think that and then you kind of get the impression that they're talking about you in a rude way, which also is irritating too, because it kind of seems like it's like backstage racism, which is basically you are insulting someone, but you're being being racist to someone, but you're not being racist to them in front of their face. You're kind of in the background talking behind their back, just making racial judgments, which is pretty sad and messed up at the same time. But that's how the world is. Sadly. Yeah.
And also with that, as you all know, I also did a post about institutional discrimination / sexism. So that little thing, or that video rather, should be right about here for you guys to click on and watch. And TJ's experience is right, because certain ethnic groups will interact with people that are not part of their culture very differently, and they will either approach them with a sort of disdain or kind of unease. They'll be a bit kind of drawn off, and they won't really talk with them as much. I mean, it's more of a common practice. However, it is a form of institutional discrimination, because you're treating somebody different in your own culture, even if you don't feel it is. It is. So again, I just wanted to touch on that point right there about that. So next we have about relationships. I'll briefly go over mine, because I've had quite many relationships. Not the showboat or anything, but a lot of them kind of went down pooper. However, so I've learned in quite a few of my relationships that a lot of them, it was very misconstrued thinking, to where I thought I knew the person, and then it turns out I didn't. Or I thought I knew their motives, when it was greatly just, I didn't know them at all. I thought I did, but then I didn't. For example, on my last one, I thought I was, the relationship was going very smoothly and very quick. And then all of a sudden she does the whole, hey, you want to get married in about 8 months? I was like, sure. But not even thinking about it, because I wasn't even thinking about it clearly. And my friends here, DJ especially, told me, what are you doing? What are you thinking? And I wasn't thinking. So how that's tying in all this is that you think think about somebody that you're in a relationship in, and it can all be blown out of proportion, or you can't really understand what they're thinking at that time. And you may think of it as one thing, or you may be thinking that the relationship is going at one speed on certain days of the week when you're really happy and in love and lovey-dovey, and then there's other days where you're just at each other's throats and you're just really mad at each other, and you start to distance yourself away from that person, and it can all change within a matter of days. So, any thoughts you'd like to add to that, DJ?
Well, I'll say, I had probably, okay, I want to be completely honest, completely honest. I was dating this girl named Lindsay, Yeah, that's what. Yeah. And then, yeah, it was pretty. I like what James was saying about all lovey dovey stuff and like that. Yeah, I did fell. Well, I want to say fell in love with Lindsay. I kind of love Lindsay. I wasn't like I fell in love because fell in love means like it just happens by surprise, like it's instantaneously. No, he kind of I was building up to it, and I think 6 years. No, not 6 years. Like 4 years. Yeah, you kind of build up a strong relationship to someone, and it gets pretty strong. But then something happened. I don't know what happened. I just think that she kind of changed, and I didn't like that change. Well, I wasn't minding with the change, but it was the way of how her personality was going and stuff. As personality was going, and I kind of thought to myself, thinking that I don't want to force myself to be happy with this person, and I kind of and I'm a very patient person. I don't get mad easily, but again, I don't want to be in a relationship to the point to where it's like me suffering every day, which is pretty terrible and pretty sad in a way. So how to end. Well, actually, she ended the whole thing because I guess she wanted someone who was a bit more, how would you say, a little more exciting, but at the same time, a little more exciting, and also more, a little bit out there. I'm trying to think of nice words here, because right now in my head I'm thinking of other words. I'm trying to be nice here, but shoot, I had a chance to be angry, and also a person who is desperate would literally let them literally be with someone who doesn't make them happy because they think that they can't find anyone else in the world that they can have or love again. And for people who are like that, who are literally staying with someone and knowing that they're not happy every day, it's kind of sad in a way, and it's kind of sad, and certain later they're gonna have to take that big step to where they have to cut off the whole relationship, and that also goes with people who are abused and abused or cheated on. They can stop the whole relationship, but for some reason they want to still be with that person because they want to feel the content of being together, or the person needs someone there because they're too dependent instead of being independent. So that's my thought on the relationships of being happy versus being angry, and also being smart versus being dumb, because in a relationship, the hard decisions that are made in the relationship are 90% the best decisions you are going to make. They might feel awful at first, but you have to be patient and give it time, because at the end it'll be all worth it.
That's true. Here, so now we're going to summarize the whole thing and express our final thoughts about go in the range of these topics. So I'll go first and say that all of these have their roles, all of these play in with each other. Your thoughts can and will influence your emotions, whether that be for good or bad. And especially when it comes to relationships, and that 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 problem can be exploded more if the emotions in that are more raw and more real. Then things will start to become more catastrophic and will slowly just they will slowly implode your relationship and leave it next to nothing. And with with going outside and being in our world, being that it's very multicultural, you are going to run into people, and we all have run into people that are very prejudiced against certain people. Excuse me, whether that be their skin color or that they're from a different country or even speak in a slightly different accent than you. That's all going to happen. There's all going to be some form of hatred or a bigotry for that matter. And this all boils down into how we think and our ideologies. And yes, it is dependent upon how we are raised and how our parents raised us, but it's also how we see the world as a whole. And our experiences that we have can mold us into either being a person that's very optimistic about where they are, or they become a pessimist and they view that the world is just out to get them, and they shelter themselves inside the house all day long, and they don't go outside because they feel that everybody's going to judge them when it's not the truth. So that's my thoughts on that. Would you like to close up with anything, DJ?
Yeah, I think with what you were saying is on exact point, and also I think I want to add to it is one thing, especially especially with ours, people who are born with certain things, like people who are born with stuttering, or born with autism or Down syndrome. I think that also should be arisen too, because you can see that people treat people differently on the circumstances, and it's sad, it's an issue that should be addressed, because I'm starting to see it more and more. It's kind of sad in a way, but it goes down to the bottom of the old saying: treat people how you want to be treated. And yeah, we have those people online who are trolls or whatever, who insulting whatever, and they'll go very deep to insulting someone, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny how they insult on a computer, but they don't say it in real life. Shoot. That kind of seems like a coward to me, but that's America. But but all in all, yeah, basically with being a imbecile and being stupid and angry, it all goes down to a matter of choice, because no one is making you to do those wrong things. And the thing that's funny about doing good and wrong things is that you notice that doing wrong things are easier to do than doing good things. So, for anyone who's watching or who's a subscriber, you can, I don't know, do something different, actually do something that's really difficult to do. That's a good thing, and don't do it just because we're telling you to, or advertise it. Do something good because you believe that it's good, because if you're doing it just because someone said so, you're not really. It's not really that of a impact in your life. If someone's forcing you to do something, it's better for you to learn and learn and do it yourself, and having no one to tell you to do it. You kind of get more. You kind of get more out of the subject or thing that you're doing versus someone saying, you go help that homeless person, or you go into that fire pit and save that person. Like, I won't go in that fire pit, but I need training, but just as a thing to remember is that you always have a choice, and yeah, there's social forces that will make those choices for you, but no one can't tell you of who you are as a human being.
True. Alright guys, so that's our little our discussion on those three things. So if you would like, you can leave your own thoughts down in the comment section below, or if you by chance disagree with some of our talking points, then feel free to express your opinions. Alright, so we will see you again next time, guys. See ya. Bye.
Spot.